Are mortgage payments coming down? Are interest rates going to continue coming down in 2026? We're going to discuss these two questions and how they relate to the San Antonio housing market update for the month of November 2026. I'm Christian Perkins. I'm a real estate broker here in San Antonio, Texas, and I've been bringing buyers and sellers together since 2007. Let's get into it. Mortgage payments. Okay, are they trending down? Across the U.S., median monthly mortgage payments, according to Redfin data here, since May 2025, have come down about $300 per month. As you can see here, October 26, 2025, we're now at a median monthly mortgage payment of $2,530. Now, $300 a month for some may mean a whole lot and give them the ability to own a home, and $300 may not make a whole lot of difference for others. But the overall trend here is yes, mortgage monthly payments are coming down. They're expected to continue to come down, and I'll show you why here on the next slide. Now, will mortgage rates continue to drop in 2025 and into 2026? The short answer is most probably, and this is what the experts think. We're looking at this mortgage rate projections information that came out last month. We see here we have Fannie Mae forecast, Mortgage Bankers of Associations forecast, and Wells Fargo forecast. And as you can see, they're projecting out into the end of 2026 for mortgage rates. We can see here that they're projecting at the low end, Fannie Mae's projecting at the low end 5.9% interest rates by the end of next year. So that is not a fall off the cliff scenario. It's not a 3% rate. It's not a 4% rate or anything like that. It is a pretty low, steady drop in interest rates across the United States, which really adds a lot of stability to what interest rates are going to do moving forward, unless some outside force were to happen. But most probably, this is what we're looking at right now. This is what experts are predicting for mortgage rates and projections into 2026, which directly can help affect the actual monthly mortgage payments. Now, even in the face of interest rates that are coming down and mortgage payments that are also coming down, both buyers and sellers are still a little bit stuck. Buyers, on one hand, are contemplating the actual prices of homes are still relatively high, and sellers are contemplating the low number of buyers in their market and considering whether they even want to put their home on the market right now. So the next best step, and we're going to do that now, is go into the local San Antonio housing data, explore those numbers, and keep those interest rates and mortgage payments in mind as we explore it. First up, for the San Antonio, Texas housing market report. This is all of October's data. We are reporting on November 2025. And as you can see, we are still in a balanced market. We're continuing to slowly move into the middle here. If you're not sure what a balanced market versus seller's market or buyer's market means, check out this video here. It will break that down for you. But overall, we have 5.44 months worth of inventory. That is an increase of about 1.12% month over month. Not a whole lot there. We've seen some months where we had 5%, 10% increases in inventory. So we're seeing a little bit of the slowing trend of inventory hitting the market here in the November report. Next over here is the sold to list price ratio. If you're a seller, you're really interested in knowing what this looks like. If you're an active buyer looking to make offers, you also want to see what this looks like. 96.8% is what the typical sold to list price ratio is. So sellers, you can expect if you're priced appropriately, you might see a 3% drop in your list price to your sales price. Buyers, that's what you could possibly expect to see if a home is priced competitively. Days on market, homes are selling a little bit slower this past month of October 2025. 54 days on the market for the median days on the market. Your typical home that's selling 3.85% month over month increase. So they're just a little bit longer to sell in October. And the typical home sold price, $280,000. That is down about 4.31% month over month. Now, that is a seasonal trend. You see the typical sold price does fluctuate and come down in the winter months typically, and that could be what we're seeing right here. New listed homes that are just hitting the market in San Antonio, going up for sale. The typical list price for homes that are selling at $287,990. That is down 2.4%. So the sellers that are in the market to sell their home right now, fresh on the market, are bringing their prices in line with what they're expecting to sell the property for, okay, or hopefully get the a good price for. Now, 2,670 properties were put on the market just newly in October. That's a surge of almost 14% month over month. So that's a good bump in the number of properties being offered for sale by sellers, and try to take advantage of some of the lower interest rates that we're seeing that we mentioned before. So we are seeing some sellers come into the market and conceivably trying to get those rates, hoping for better rates in the spring and into next year. So we'll see how that all plays out. And in this category, active listings in San Antonio, these are the homes that are maybe stuck on the market for a while. Maybe they're overpriced. Maybe they have had contract issues and fallen out, not canceled, but canceled contracts and back on the market. And these are typically listed right now at $299,550. So a little bit above what those newly listed home prices are. So if you've had your home on the market and you're still on the market and now you're seeing some new for sale signs, check your price, check and see how competitive you are, because some of these newly listed homes may capture the attention that you've been looking for. Now, right now, we're looking at about 9,110 properties that are active. This is where the inventory is building up, active listing. Again, if you've been on the market a while and you're in that active listings category, this is where you have a lot of competition right now, is building. 76 days on the market, which is about no change for the active listings. Of course, we're going to see expireds and all that stuff after the new year. So we'll see what the inventory numbers look like at that time. Now, if you're contemplating hitting the market and you want to make sure you're getting your home priced appropriately, you can always reach me at homevaluetx.net for a no hassle, no obligation evaluation of your home. Take you step by step what you would possibly get as a cash buyer, what they would offer you, a quick sale, or a cash buyer owner occupant on the market. Okay, you can reach me again at homevaluetx.net to get that process started. And newly pending listings, this is a huge key indicator. These homes are now past that initial phase of active option or inspection period. They're done renegotiating price and they're just really moving on towards the closing table. This is a huge indicator in the real estate market. So you want to pay attention to new pending and pending listings. And here in new pending listings, we're seeing that $288,850 is the typical home sale price that we're seeing for those new pending listings. The number of properties there at new pending, 1,388 homes that are now pending here in San Antonio. That's about a 10% drop, and that does point to some seasonality. But overall, year over year, we are seeing still a decline in new pending listings. That's not what you want to see as a seller thinking about selling your home, but definitely something that you want to see as a buyer, because it means the momentum is in your favor as a buyer. If you're thinking about getting the market right now, you have sellers that are really serious about getting their home sold. The competition is really light right now. Still, some of the great properties will go really quickly. However, there are multiple options out there if you can get a home under contract with the right terms. And finally, sold listings. These are the homes that have sold in October 2025 here in San Antonio. And the typical sold price came in at 280,000 even. That's down 4.3%. But these were probably some really highly motivated sellers at that time getting their home sold and making sure the deal went through. And these buyers, looks like they made really good deals through the month of October. And the number of properties that sold in the month of October, 1,314 properties. That's a 14.4% month over month decrease in the number of properties sold. So again, not something you typically want to see as a seller, but if you're a buyer, again, this is really just ringing the bell for you to pay attention to any opportunities that come your way in the market. Now, typical days on market for these sold listings, about 54 days. It has gone up a little bit since then with the pending ones, but still 54 days is not really too bad. Now, if you're thinking you want to buy, you want to take advantage of some of these active listings that are just sitting on the market and you're not quite sure what a really good deal looks like, I do offer a no hassle, no obligation consultation over Zoom. You can reach me to schedule that at 210-260-6617. And if you enjoyed the content of this video, you might enjoy the content of the next video.